I just want to remind you that knowing the problem is half solving it. Ikiwa sisi tumetambua kwamba matatizo yetu ama challenges zetu katika sehemu hii ya pwani ni mambo gani, basi in my opinion the glass is half full and not half empty. If this government, if this country has a vision 2030, by 2030 Kenya would like to grow at the rate of 10% per annum in a sustainable manner. Socially, economically, we would like to be somewhere by 2030. Where would we want to be in the coastal region by that time? People have been talking about the coastal people and upcountry people. And by the end of the day, it has resulted into so many things which are not good. Again, 1992, 1997, and of course you're all familiar that we have the MRC issue as well that is with us. We need to pause and ask ourselves, are we the only ones who have got this challenge? Yes, you can meet here. Yes, you can say you are united. But the perception of normality outside there is the coastal leaders are not united. Prove people wrong. Today in nation, you suspect each other. You mistrust each other. We need to prove people wrong. But that, as I said, is really, by the way, the issue is unification. And you have gathered here because you want to unite. Let me use the word, you want to strengthen your unity. I don't believe that you're not united. But you want to strengthen your unity. What is the foundation? What is the basis of your unity? And you can argue and say, we want to unite. We want to see that we have one formidable force, and then we want to negotiate with somebody else so that we can get maximum from political goodwills. Is that the purpose of unity? You want to unite because you believe you can be able to tackle issues of the coast together and not separately. You want to unite because your challenges are more or less the same in one county and another. You want to unite because you feel you want to complement in what you're doing. If we can be able to come out of this place saying, okay, let's leave our differences for the purpose of this region, I think we are going to make big steps. For what purpose do you need that party? What purpose? Is it going to be a coastal party? Have you had a party in the past? How have you performed with those coastal parties in the past? What have we learned from that? And I think today you are resolving that you didn't meet here to come and form a party. Because you have seen, you even have parties now. Why are you not jumping in those parties? Are we coastal leaders or are we national leaders? We can be in CORD, we can be in Jubilee, and we can position ourselves and be the leaders of those parties. Is there any way that you are being sort of objected or you are being obstacled from doing that? The late Ngala and the late Nasir and nobody else in the past have been able to try and bring the coastal political leaders together and have one voice. Surely you are very educated people. You are very respectable people. What is stopping you from agreeing that you can have a leader who will lead other leaders? It doesn't mean when you have one person, the rest are not leaders. You need to look at development agenda. Yes, you're a political leader, but ultimately, what are you trying to do with the politics? Is it politics for the sake of politics, or is politics that is going to result into something else? Is going to bring food on the table? We cannot just be meeting here and say everybody is concerned about the coastal leaders meeting, and when they meet, they agree, and then they go out and break on the agreement they have agreed on that particular day. You must implement. Just imagine 620 kilometers of the coastline. Just imagine over 350 nautical miles in the Indian Ocean. These are the resources. Just imagine your port. Imagine your minerals. Imagine the lapsed. And you think people are going to sleep when you unite? When you come together? Of course they are concerned. And believe me, now that you have met, your disunity is going to be even more. Why? Because, wameamka hawa. How do we go about disunite them again? The issue of stability, the issue of security do not know borders. So if you do not unite, if you do not work together, you're going to struggle, you're going to fight this menace, and you'll not be able to handle that issue alone. People are talking about some of the political leaders at the coast, ni vibaraka vya watu wengine. This is what they say. This is what they say. I mean, for me, I feel so bad. Believe me, whether you like it or not, there will be among you, either in this room or outside, that they are going to struggle for this unification not to happen. But can we identify the agents of change here? Can we identify the ambassadors among you and say, we shall fight? And let history judge us. That we met, we discussed, we had other forces, but we bet them. We have been unified. You will not believe, but sometimes a political leader will also want to be seen that he or her is up there alone. And when you go to your masters and say, Master, Master, I'm trying, but these other people don't want to come in your direction. But I'll continue to try. But mimi niko na wewe kabisa. Tribalism, whether we like it or not. We have had this, a Muslim in the coast talking ill about a Christian in the coast. A Swahili and Arab, yes, you can say we are together, Senator, sisi wajomba na nini. But behind the curtains was, sisi mmejikenda bana, na wale wa Swahili bana. Sisi mwarabu bana, na wale wa Swahili. Wale ni hivi na hivi. When is that change? We are planning so that we can have more drug users. In our plans, we are saying in the next financial year and the next one, can we increase the number of rehabilitation centers? If you can see that, that means you are anticipating to get more problems rather than looking for the solution to the problems we have. And help each other during the unification. There are others who will be behind. There are others who are in front. We must be able to help each other. It's a collective responsibility. By all means, be at the top, be the best. But the best person, the best leader is the one who brings others to the top as well. And we must be able to deal with the enemies and the forces. This to me is very critical. And let's not complain about it. When people come and say, let's divide the coastal people, of course, that is a strategy. You would have done the same. Because you want to have power. You want to control them. So the enemies and the forces of unification are going to increase. So stop agonizing about them. Just to know they are there, and they will not stop until you guys have that weakness. Sometimes you're enemy to ourselves. You leak the information. After this meeting, you'll be making calls. Ilikuwaje kule? Nakwenda tu mimi bwana. You know, I just have to show jamaa kwamba mimi pia I'm with them. Is this what is going to happen? Maprofesa wankuja wanatuzungumzia pale na nini, but ile program yetu ko vile vile. Is this what is going to happen? So that we can have another meeting like this and call professors to come and speak to us again? So, this is very critical, that enemies outside will not be able to hurt us if we can be one thing. I would like to put it to you that we must acknowledge coastal diversity. Mimi huambia watu bana, msitufananishe sisi na watu wa Central, watu wa Rift Valley. Wale ni kabila moja, so to speak. Sisi tuna makabila kadhaa, but that our diversity should be our strength. We must accommodate each other. It is not easy, by the way, to have a leader from the coast to unify everybody. Wale jamaa waweza kukaa pahali pamoja wakazungumza lugha moja wakawa wameelewana kabisa. Sisi mpaka uanze huyu ni vipi, lugha wapi, so many things. So our diversity. But again, that gives us strategic position. If you can be united at the coast and get your leader, believe me, this leader can unite the entire country. If you do not respect your leader, if you do not trust your leader, do not expect people out of this region to respect them. Mara nyingine tunawabwaga viongozi wetu ambao tumewachagua. Tunawatukana kwenye magazeti, tunawafanya kila aina ya udhalilifu. Why? Hata kama kiongozi, ikiwa ni governor, ikiwa ni senator amekosea, kuna njia za kumwambia. Kule kwingine husikii. Hapa kwetu sisi kuambiwa tu, kuna na matusi. Kuna na matusi katika Facebook, katika kiongozi gani yule bwana, bure, mwivi, siju jambazi, drug hivi, siju hivi. Why? How will you be able to take your leader if you do not respect your leader as well? Governor Hassani, compete na Kingi. By all means, we want to see you guys at the top, but complement. There must be a point where you meet. There must be a point. You compete. We want to see which is the best. In fact, I was telling my colleagues, labda tutakuwa na ile ranking sisi wenyewe as professional. Which county is doing uadilifu? Which county is doing development issues? You compete. We rank you as the best, yes. But at the same time, also, where do you meet so that you can be able to complement? We need to stop this issue of, agonizing, crying, jamaa tunaonewa, we are being marginalized, hivi. But if you organize ourselves, then you will see, because some of the issues, some of the problems that we are facing in this region, to some extent we contributed to them. And we must be able to tackle. You don't concentrate on risks, you concentrate on results. And above all, we must implement.
And this meeting, therefore, should be able to come up with strategies on how we can be able to speak in one voice and remove the challenges of political opinion and remove the challenges of Cold War amongst our leaders, so that we can face the issue of land as a unified leadership. We can face the issues of revamping our economy as a united leadership in this particular region. We are not here to form a political party. We are not here to form another political party. And this is a message that should go to all Kenyans of goodwill and those who love the people of this region. What we have also observed is that although we have different party affiliations, the purpose to serve our people is beyond parties. And therefore, as we sit here, we have no intention whatsoever to form a political party. So the first resolution that we have had is to set up a Coast Leaders Forum so that we can continue the discussion. We will also set up a Commonwealth of the Coast Counties, which will address the social, economic, and political issues, and this will have a secretariat. We will support universities to operationalize County Innovation Economic Transformation Institute. We will also support Pwani Foundation towards human capacity development. We will set up a Pwani Investment Bank. We will set up Coast Tourism Development Board. We will support and strengthen devolution. We will support and strengthen the National Land Commission. We will lobby for more positions at the national level for the coastal people. We will have bi-monthly rotational coast leaders forum. We will harness political strength for the benefit of coast region. We will have a framework for sharing common resources. We will support continuous training for leaders. We will work with the communities and the national institutions to identify and address the root causes of insecurity. And the last point is that we've set up a committee to operationalize all these issues that I have mentioned. This committee has two governors, Governor Hassan Joho, Governor Salim Vuria, who is now reading this statement. We also have two senators, Honorable Abu Chiaba of Lamu, and we also have Senator Bule from Tana River. We have Honorable Joyce Lay and Honorable Aisha Jumwa as members of this committee. We also have our academicians, Professor Shaukat Abdurazak, Professor Mohamed Rajab, Professor Mwatela, Professor Boga, and also Sam Mwale. This statement also came earlier because we also included representatives from the MCS who are also members of this particular committee.